Hi, everyone. Welcome to our roadmap update. Welcome, everyone that's joining us. We are excited to give you a little update on what Fliplet's been working on. You will be hosted by myself, Sophie, our product solution manager here at Fliplet. We will also be joined by Michaela, our customer support manager, and of course, Ian, our CEO, will be giving us some insight as well. As always, if you have any specific questions as we're going through the session, please just pop it in the Q&A section and we will address those at the end of the session. We're also going to be using this little blue box feature that you'll see in the bottom of your screen as we're going through some of these features. So if you're interested in what we're talking about, want some more information, or want us to follow up with you, you can just type the word in the chat box as we are going along each of the features, and someone from our team will follow up with some more information for you. In today's section, we will first kick off by covering some updates on the product roadmap. So this is going to be an overview on our publishing updates, custom web domain and SEO feature, some information on our form field component and what we've been updating there, a review of our advanced analytics feature, which is now live. Michaela will be chatting to you about our AI support bot, and Ian will be giving us an update on our exciting add-ons. Okay, so to kick off, we are going to be talking about our publishing updates. So again, if interested in this, please just pop publishing in the chat and we will get back to you with some more information on it. So publishing, over the past couple of years, Fliplet as a whole, our product team has been working closely with our clients, with our account managers, our customer success team to really improve our publishing process. So we know currently there's a lot of pain points, that can be seen in that process. It's not the easiest process, but what we're trying to do is really improve it and make it as efficient as possible. If you've worked with any of the app stores, Apple or Android, you know it can be challenging. We only have so much control over that as they're constantly changing their requirements. But we're trying to make it as easy as possible, which we have control over on our end. So some of these improvements that you'll be seeing are efficiency through our API. We will now be building apps directly into your developer account through an API. So we're hoping that's going to kind of improve the efficiency of and speed of the build. We'll be putting automated retrieval and validation in a lot of our steps. So certificates, for instance, we'll be able to kind of read those through the API, pull them into the publishing process and kind of take away some of that manual management of that. Error and handling detection, we are going to be adding this in kind of step by step. So currently, when you build your app, everything is sent and errors are returned at the end. What we want to do to kind of improve the error handling is to put this validation in each step as you're going through. So you'll configure your API. If there's any errors, you'll be alerted right away. You'll configure your certificates. If any errors happen, you'll be alerted right away. So we're hoping this kind of just increases the flow and speed of which things are getting successfully uploaded to the App Store. We are enhancing the visibility and control that you have over the publishing process. You'll see a brand new workflow, which our design team has been working really hard on, just making this a better, smooth process. So you'll be seeing these simplified workflows and automated steps as you go through the publishing process. There's a lot more flexibility as to your publishing options and understanding how you want to publish your app. And once your app is published, it will be a one-click republish for you. So what exactly are we updating? To begin with, we're going to focus on the Apple iOS side with your public, private, Apple Business Manager, and unlisted methods of publishing apps. So that's giving you both the option for public and private publishing for Apple. For Android, similar, we are focusing on the public and private unlisted methods of publishing. To begin with, in this first phase, we will be leaving out Apple Enterprise, unassigned IPA and APK methods. So those, of course, will still be available for you, but you won't see them as part of the new flow. You'll use the existing flow if you wish to choose one of those publishing options. So to give you a quick overview on how we have kind of changed the UI and flow of this, what you're seeing here in the gray with the long list of publishing information is what you currently are doing when you're publishing your app. So you're taking tons of information that the App Store needs, putting that all into Fliplet, and then building and sending that. That's kind of where sometimes you can get that misalignment of data or errors because there is so much information we're requiring you to put in. In this new flow, which you're seeing on the right-hand side, we've reduced the amount of information that's needed from you on the Fliplet side. So here we're collecting core information that you need to build your app. We're collecting that information and sending it through the API to the App Store. And from that point, you will go into your developer account to finish the submission, the launch, and promotion of your app. So in summary, we're reducing the amount of information that you need to put in Fliplet and making it a lot simple, and then guiding you to continue your launch through the relevant app stores. Segueing into custom web domain and SEO, which is an option of publishing. As you know, you can currently publish a Fliplet app to a web domain. You currently only have the option to publish it to a Fliplet domain. So if you have a web app published, you'll notice that your URL when you navigate to it has the Fliplet name in it. When we launch our custom web domain feature, which is coming in the next week or so, you will have the option to launch it to your own domain. So this is linking your web app to your company's domain, really allowing you to build a stronger brand identity. Your web app will match your existing website, not Fliplet's. You'll be able to create kind of this professional, clean, consistent web address that users can recognize and overall build that kind of credibility and trust with your Fliplet web apps. So current updates on our web domain. So this has actually been available for the last couple of months through an API. Our engineering team has assisted a handful of our clients in publishing their apps to their web domain manually on the back end. So we have about 4 clients that are already using this. It will be available, as I mentioned, in the upcoming week for all users on paying plans. So if you are on a paying plan, you will have access to this. If you are on a free plan, you can get access to it by upgrading to a paying plan. So if you need any more information on it, please let us know. But the image that you're seeing here is what you will be seeing in the upcoming days when you go to publish an app. So you will see you have the option to publish to a custom domain. You will go through the flow of setting up with your DNS provider if you select that method. And of course, you still do have the option to publish to a Fliplet domain if you wish to do so. And that can be switched back and forth for whatever reason. If you wanted to say launch and test initially with a Fliplet domain, you can do that. And then you can switch when you're ready to your custom domain. So lots of flexibility there on how we can use that. And we're excited to see everyone adding their own custom domains to their web apps. So as part of custom web domain, we also have a SEO feature that will be launching live with it. So just in case anyone's not familiar, SEO refers to your search engine optimization. So this is going to be making sure that your web apps can be found by Google and other search engines. So this is really going to help that web app become more discoverable and be found organically. It's going to help, again, with that professional and trustworthy touch. And it ultimately will allow you to have the control over what Google and these search engines do or do not see from their end. You see here in the image, this is the app level setting. So once your app is published, or your web app is published, you have the option to come in here on a whole app level and set some parameters around SEO. So things like excluding screens, adding HTML tags, maybe configuring a custom 404 screen. That will all be available for you on the full app level. We also will have the option to set specific SEO settings on a screen level. So you can go into those individual screens, you know, change your titles and keywords, etc., and customize that a little bit more on the screen level and the app level as a whole. So again, that's coming in the next couple of days. We'll have your AMs and CS reaching out to you if you've shown interest on it. But if anyone is super excited about it, which we hope you are, please let us know and we can send you any more relevant info on it. So now we are going to move into some updates on our form field. So as you know, Fliplet has a form field component. It's very robust. There's lots of different options you can do with forms, but we've been working really hard on making sure we're keeping that up to date with the market and also improving the current forms that we do have. So as we're going through these, there's a couple different updates and features we'll be talking about. Just pop forms in, maybe specifically if there's something you want us to reach out to you about, and we will get back to you with the more info. So the first form field update that we're going to be talking about that we're really excited about is our multi-step form. So as you know, currently, if you've built a form with Fliplet, we have the option to have your form on one screen, which could get very lengthy if you had something like what you're seeing here, requiring your users to kind of input a lot of data. So what we have built is the functionality to allow forms to be broken into individual sliders or screens, and allowing the user to kind of navigate through them as they complete each step of the form. So this is really going to improve your engagement, simplify, the interaction with the form and hopefully the completion rates of it. Going to enhance that data accuracy, allowing people to kind of review what they have put into their forms without having to kind of scroll up and down to see what's happening. And overall, just allow for more efficient data collection. So we are going to jump into, on the next slide, a quick demo of how this will work. So what you're seeing here is a single screen in preview mode here. You can see it's fairly lengthy, but what you'll see in here is it broken up into individual slides. So if I look at my screen structure, you can see I have slides with individual forms in each of those slides. So that's kind of how we break them up. I can then in preview mode go see each of these individual forms in one slide at a time. I submit that and I collect all that data. So just quickly, if we want to add another form, we're going to add that slide, an additional slide to our screen, configure the slide settings, and then we're going to drop our form component onto that. So in this part, we want to make sure we're configuring the form to the same data source as the rest of the form. So we want to connect those so there's a single submission. I'm going to type in here just a quick question. What's your favorite color? Configure all the settings around that. Save it. I'm going to remove the submit button because I'm not wanting to submit on the slide. What I'm going to do instead is add a navigation button. So I will find that button, drag it onto my screen. I want this to be the next button. And I will select the link action. You're not seeing that there, but what it's saying is going to the next slide. I'll save that and I'll quickly just apply a little padding so the styling looks okay. Again, the ability to customize each of these slides now gives you a little bit more control of what you're seeing for your form. And again, just jumping into the preview. So there's my first slide. It's added on top of my other existing 3 slides, and I can navigate back and forth. The arrows are optional, and I can submit. So very quick preview of how it works. As I mentioned, this will be going live in the next couple days, actually. It will be going live with the screen template. So you can have a play around with the screen template. I've actually had some fun with taking like super long screen templates and dividing them into a now multi-step form. So retroactively applying it, which has allowed the screen templates to kind of be designed a little bit more intuitively. So that will be going live. Again, we will send that information around through our AMs and CST when it's ready for you guys to have a play with. Okay, so moving on to our next form field update. So we are adding a single submission setting to all forms. So what this is going to do is going to allow you to configure and restrict users to only submit their form once. So this will be super helpful to eliminate duplicated entries on things like surveys. Maybe you only want people to submit a survey once. Event registrations, maybe we don't want people to register more than once and kind of bog up our data on registrations. Or feedback forms. We have a company feedback about our managers. Maybe we don't want people going back and changing their answers. So we're going to put that single submission requirement on there. So again, that will be a setting on available on all forms that you can configure to put this kind of restriction on your forms for your end users. We've also, as I've mentioned, as a product team, kind of making sure we're going through our existing form fields and understanding where they can be updated, what's beneficial, what's kind of outdated. And we've nailed down a few things this quarter that we have been focusing on. So paragraph formatting, currently you can just type some paragraph text in there. We are going to add some additional formatting options, so allow you to add some styling to that text. Our current timer form field, you right now kind of have to use your finger or your mouse to type in your time and find what you're looking for. We're updating this so it's accessible and functional with a keyboard, either your computer keyboard or your phone keyboard. We are optimizing how our image upload and resize functionality works. So right now, when you upload an image to an app, sometimes it's not sized as it should be. So we're kind of doing an overhaul of how that works and ensuring that it is optimized to upload and resize your images as they should be. And we're adding the option to add descriptions into the checkbox radio and actually a few other or multi-option form fields. So this will allow you to add some descriptions to those options when users are kind of clicking through multiple choice. I could see apple and the color red next to it. So again, a little bit more flexibility over design and how those forms are used. And then just a quick shout out to our map form field that has been live for a while now, but in case you haven't seen it, it is available under the location option in your form field settings. So this is going to allow you to use an interactive map within your form. So it will use location settings with the permission of your users, obviously, but allow them to kind of drag and drop a pin around a map to collect precise locations from them. So this can be used for something like a food ordering app would be where I want to put my precise location. Or maybe you have a form where users are out in the field reporting specific things. They could drop an actual pinpoint to where they are and collect the longitude and latitude of that location, and that will be saved for you as a line in your data source. So an exciting form field, again, something that makes your maybe boring form a little bit more interactive. So definitely check that out if you haven't done so. Okay, so we are now going to jump into our advanced analytics tool. So this is a live tool. It's ready to be used. It is in beta version, so we are doing some updates to it, but I'll quickly just give you an overview of what it is if you're not familiar with it. So this is going to be something that you can use in your analytics dashboard to generate a comprehensive report combining the actual physical analytics, raw data from your app, some configuration and background data that you give it, and the powerful insights of AI to kind of produce this report, if you will. It's not going to be like looking at the current dashboard and filtering through pieces of data. It's going to take all that information and really produce you a comprehensive report. So it will give you this better insight of your data, allowing you to kind of hopefully better make decisions around your app and how your users are using it. There's a bit more flexibility and customization over it. So you can pick specific time periods and really deep dive into that data for that specific time period without needing to have to navigate through the whole analytics dashboard. It's way more convenient. As I said, AI is doing a lot of the work where it's producing that report for you and really giving you that overview of a snapshot. And it's also a lot more interactive. So we have a chat feature to it that you can chat with and get some more insight on your data. So it will produce a report for you. And from that report, it will suggest some questions to you that you can ask the chat feature about, but you can also deep dive into specific pieces of your data. So, what I kind of like to do with this is say I have a month period. I know I had an event on the 1st of May, I can go into that chat and say, hey, pull out the information from the 1st of May and give me the report on that. And it will produce that for you as well. So again, an overview snapshot on your data from the customized time period that you have selected, but also allowing you to deep dive and interact with that chat on your data and just gain a better insight of your information. So if we move over to the next slide, this is kind of an example of what it looks like. So you'll see the report generated here on one side, and you'll see the chat on the other side of it. So as you see, I kind of use that same example. So I have my report produced from the 28th of April to the 5th of May. I got my report I needed, but what I wanted to do is really compare the 28th of April and the 1st of May. So that's where I went to that chat to ask that question, and it would come back with those specific details for me. So as I mentioned, this is live. It is available on any of your apps. If you navigate to the analytics section of your app, you'll see a kind of call out at the top of it with a button that will allow you to navigate and use this. It is still a work in progress. We wanted to get it live. We wanted to get people using it, but we also are diligently working to improve it. As I mentioned, you'll see that what can I help you with questions at the bottom of the report. That's really going to help you engage more with that chat and give you some ideas of topics that you can give it to get more information on your analytics. Our dev team is actively working on adding charts into it. So, what you'll see in the report currently is a lot of tables, but we want to optimize how we are displaying that data to the end user by using some charts in places. We are working on the speed and generation of the report by adding streaming into it as well. So, enhancing how the report is generated, but also giving you a little bit of that better user experience by streaming your report as the information is coming through. And most importantly, we're testing it with different AI models, just ensuring we're getting the most efficient and accurate reports in the most efficient speed and way. So our dev team is currently working on testing with some Gemini models, and ultimately we will be making a decision on which model is the best to produce the reports, but then also ensuring that that failover is there. If one model is not working, we can always fall back on another model. So lots of exciting things coming up on this. As I said, it's a continued work in progress, but we're really excited for users to kind of interact with it. This also is a paying feature. So, what you will be seeing currently when you interact with it is the ability to produce the reports. And it will give you a little message to reach out to your AM if there's pieces of the report that you want to pay for that aren't available. So, I am now going to pass over to Michaela, who's going to give us an update on our AI support bot.
Yeah, thanks, Sophie. Hi, everybody. So, as we know, AI is shaping industries across the world, and that's true here at Fliplet as well. Some of the best features of our AI bot is that it can help you anytime, so 24/7, weekends, evenings when our team isn't online. It can answer you in multiple languages. So, whatever language you choose to ask a question in, it will provide you that answer. It can explain code to you if you're unsure of what you're looking at, and it can provide code to you if you want to do something specific and custom. And it's incredibly fast. It will provide you an answer before I can probably even finish reading your question. We also have some enhancements that we've made over the last 6 months. So some of those include enhancing the prompt to ask more follow-up questions if it's unsure. We don't want it making any assumptions and guiding you down the wrong path. We've also improved our help articles so that it is best understood by AI and can provide you a good response. And then finally, soon to be released, we are pulling context from what is on your screen. So you don't have to be quite as specific. You'll notice from my image here on the right that I simply ask how I can sort this by most recent to least recent. In the AI bot clocks that I'm using the list from data source component and provides me the instructions to go into the settings and edit the sort to descending. I also have a few other examples for you. So I asked the same question in French on the left, and it provided me the same steps in French in return. I also asked it how to hide the search bar at the top right. And again, I didn't indicate which search bar, and it provided me custom code giving me the correct class based off of the context of my screen. And finally, we want this to be a tool to help you, to empower you to get answers when you need it. We don't want it to hinder you. So if at any time you need a little bit more support, we have a click here on the bottom that will escalate you to us in support, and it will transfer over all the conversation that you've had thus far, so you don't have to repeat anything. And so we're really excited for you to use the feature, and it's going to continue to get better. So we look forward to chatting with you. Over to Ian for add-ons.
Thanks, Michaela. Okay, quick update on add-ons. So one of the add-ons that we're working on is the app log and integration monitoring add-on. So this enables Fliplet to monitor integration issues, security, log entries, API token changes, and high traffic from IP addresses or just large requests that might indicate that there are problems and report them to the people who are creating the app, as well as the people who manage the Fliplet organization. So that's something we're working on right now, and it's already been rolled out to a couple of customers for testing. We also have an app health monitoring, which is going to be worked on after the log and integration monitoring. This is going to proactively detect whether or not there are broken links, missing files, if your app's having any errors, or if there's unusual app edit activity in your app. And again, report them to the app editors as well as the Fliplet administrators. We'll be working on this after log and integration monitoring is finished. We've deployed our multi-environment capabilities, and many customers are now benefiting from this. This enables customers to have a separate Fliplet organization that can be used for development, staging, sandbox, etc. What's interesting is talking to customers who are using the multi-environment feature and to understand the benefits they're getting. So one of the key benefits is it avoids polluting their production environment or their production Fliplet organization with test apps. The test apps now sit in another environment. Controlling access. So for example, the production environment, only people who have appropriate levels of training and experience are given access to the production environment. Otherwise, people are given access to another environment, which can cause a lot less damage. And ultimately, this reduces the risk to live apps by reducing edits and tests, which would typically include or be done in the same environment as your production apps. This enables you to do those tests and edits in a different environment and avoid potentially affecting your live apps. We're also working on an app merge feature. This is actively in development right now. I know a lot of customers have been waiting for it. This will enable you to merge screens, data sources, files, app settings, global code, and appearance settings. So we're really excited by this. Not only will it help you to manage a development and a production version of an app inside the same account, but it'll also make it far more efficient to move parts of an app between environments as well. And then, as Sophie mentioned, we have been experimenting with Gemini AI models, and we're currently integrating Gemini as our second AI model provider from OpenAI. This is going to bring some additional models to the table, but also offer some redundancy. So when OpenAI models have performance issues, or maybe they go offline, knowing that we can switch, for example, from OpenAI to Gemini, from Gemini to OpenAI, will give our AI functionality additional capabilities and avoid it being as sensitive. Gemini models also bring some additional capabilities to the table, so they're very fast. They offer some additional features as well. So we're excited to be able to offer them very soon. This work is currently in testing.